Welcome everyone to part 2 of level annuities. Today we'll be looking at annuity, payable, pthly and continuously payable annuities. So there's part 1 of this video, so you need to watch it before you can watch this one. And in the last video I have proved only one formula, but then you will need to prove the rest of the formulas. So let's go ahead and start. So again, welcome to our channel, to our YouTube channel, ASABA tax channel. If you're watching this video, you already found us. So here we are. Annuity payable pthly. I will not prove this formula on my own, so you can look at this. You can consult your textbook or do it yourself. But before I do it, I want you to look at the fact which is on the left. As you can see that when you have the sum of values 1 over n times, you will end up with 1. This is very important for you to understand what is going on here. So when we look at annuity payable pthly, this annuity which are these are payments which are made p times a year. You could make it maybe quarterly or maybe semi-annually. You could have it monthly. So if it's monthly, then the p is 12. If it's quarterly, the p is 4, and if it's semi-annually, then the p is 2. And again, if this p is 2, it's still semi-annually. So let's look at the again. So this is how we find the present value of the present value of an annuity which is made in arrears. It is calculated like this. You will use this formula, and you will need to understand what is I to power p to power I to p, because you will need some background knowledge of interest. Okay, now you can find two formulas again. Remember, there are two scenarios where you can find the present value, whether the payment is made in arrears, that is made at the beginning, or I have mixed these things. A payment which is made in arrears, it is made at the end of a period. So if the p is monthly, is made at the end of the it is made at the end of the month, and if it's advanced, it is made immediately. I have switched them up, but then you can correct them. So let's look at an example. Calculate the present value of a series of payment made at the beginning of each quarter for 10 years. The quarterly payment is 540, and assume that the effective rate of interest is 8%. So you can pause this video and do it on your own, but then I'm going to do it anyway. So there are important things we need to highlight here. That this payment is made for 10 years, and the quarterly payment is 540, and the effective rate of interest is 8% per annum. And we also have again, this payment is made at the beginning. That means it is made in advance. We don't even need the I, we just need the D, because we're using the one where it's made in where the payment is made in advance. So we have 1 plus I is going to be equals to 1 minus D to the power 4, because it's quarterly, over 4 all to the power minus 4, so that they can be so that it can be discounted to accumulated to the same period. So this will leave us with D4, which is equals to what? You will have 4 of 1 plus I minus 1 minus 4. So the D4 will be negative 4 1,08 minus 1. That will be 7.62%. So how do you calculate the present value? You see, the present value of, remember there are 4 quarterly payments. You will have 4 540 and it is a present value made in advance, you show by the 2 dots. Pthly, that is quarterly, you will put for a period of how long? For a period of 10 years. So you'll have 5 times 4. So you'll have 2,000. You will have 2,160 per year, and then you will have 1 minus 1 plus I, that's 8%, to power 10 all over D4, right? And the answer, you will just substitute the values there. 1 minus 1,08 to power negative 10 over 7.62%. That's 15,211,49 rand. So this is the present value for this question. So you can compare it with the one you found and check if we have found the same answer. So we're gonna move on to the next thing. So let's look at the accumulated value. Remember, when you use the accumulated value, you can just accumulate this to the end of the period. So these are the formulas. The one you have on your left is the accumulated value of a payment which is made in arrears, and the one you have on the right is the accumulated value of a payment which is made in advance. And you can find, so you can pause this video again and calculate this question. So calculate the accumulated value of a series of payment which is made at the end of the month for 4 years. The payment is 100 rand per month, and the effective annual interest rate is 15%. Remember, do it on your own and then compare it with the one I'm going to have. So there are certain things that you need to highlight, and that this thing is made at the end of the month. Again, that is made in arrears, and there's 100 rand which is made monthly. So our I12 in this case is 14,058%. Check if you find the same answer as mine, and check where your mistake is, because I've done this many times. So we're looking at the accumulated value. So the accumulated value of 100 rand which is paid monthly, you will have 12 times 100, because this 100 rand is paid monthly, and here we have to put a yearly payment, and then you will have, let's represent it with a formula, as 12 for 4 years at 15% per annum. So this will have 1.2 1,15 to power 4 minus 1 over I12, and your answer should be 6,393.61. So I hope we found the same answers, but then let's go back and check some other things in the note. So now let's look at continuously payable annuities. Here we look at calculating the present value of an accumulated and the accumulated value of an annuity that is payable continuously. You may not understand this if you don't have background knowledge of interest. I cannot emphasize this enough. So what do I mean by that? You're receiving payment continuously. It means that at any given time interval you are receiving a payment. But then you can already comprehend that, like, you can already think that, like, this one, it's almost not natural to happen, like it's something that we cannot make happen. But then you can approximate. So they would normally tell you to approximate that. Again, maybe they can tell you that this payment are made hourly or daily or even weekly. They can just tell you to approximate it to continuous payment. Then you will use this formula of the present value, and this present value is represented with a line on the top of the formula to show that it is continuous, and that's how you write it. And the delta is the force of interest. By now you should know how to find the force of interest. So the accumulated value again is S with dash on the top, with delta again representing the force of interest. That's how you find it. Again, you should be able to find these formulas on your own. I will only derive very few formulas. So here's again, there's a question down here. You will need to again pause the video, do it on your own, and see what you get. So a payment of 5 rand is made at the beginning of each day for 2 years. By approximating this payment as a continuously payable annuity, calculate the present value and the accumulated value when effective rate of interest is 12%. So let me demonstrate this for you. So we assume that this year, like this 2 years, we have 364 days, 64 days. Let's just assume that for now. So how do you calculate the force of interest? That is ln of 1,1. So because of the 11%, of the 12%, so you get 11,33 percent. So that's your delta, or the force of interest. So they're telling you to find the present value of 5 rand. So this payment is 5 rand per day. So you will have 364 times 5, and you have the accumulated. So let's find the present value first. You have this formula with a line on top to show that it is continuously payable for 2 years, right? So you will have 364 times 5 to power 1 minus 1 plus I minus 2 over the force of interest, and the answer you have should be 3,265 and 91 cents. Check if this is the same answer as yours and compare them. So how do you find the accumulated value? Again, the same thing happened. 364 times 5, the accumulated value formula for 2 years, right? And then you're gonna have 364 times 5. You have 1, 1, 2 to power 2 minus 1 all over the force of interest. You just substitute the force of interest as we found it. That's 11,33%, and that would give you 4,096 and 76 cents. So those are your answers. So look at it carefully and see how it's done. Again, I will do a lot of questions to help you understand these things. So thank you again for watching this video. Please check who we are in the description below, and get in touch with us through our social media pages. That is ASABA Tax on Twitter, ASABA UP chapter at Facebook, at ASABA Tax for Twitter, and you can email us at ASABA at gmail.com. Don't forget, you can also participate and provide video, and we can post them for everyone to consume. Thank you.